out of tender ground, excelling amidst challenges. Join Kemisola Williams every Thursday on Women of Influence on Wells Radio 89.3 FM from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. to unlock potentials, build capacity, and help other women thrive. From real talk, expert insights, to inspiring stories and practical tools, this is your space to grow stronger, smarter, and unstoppable. Tune in to Women of Influence every Thursday on Wells Radio 89.3 FM by 3 p.m. Women of Influence, greatness isn't given, it's developed.
Mwanama lele no ya nopu ama imakwa na nwanye na kibie precious one, epitome of beauty. See her in all her glory. This is not your regular woman. She's the king of queens. She's the queen of queens. A queen and more. Malarisia, Kalisia, Kalisia. Akugo puta no boa, o mamba kwa kawena, makanegu anadego. Ego Ibo, foreign currency. You can look but can't touch. Nekene kosi eje, ebube mwa juleju. Ijele mwani aputa, ndi obele mmangu wanapusie. Akugo
Child trafficking is a pervasive and complex issue in Nigeria, driven primarily by poverty and a demand for cheap labor, with the country serving as a source, transit, and destination for victims. Children, especially girls, are trafficked for various forms of exploitation, including domestic servitude, forced labor, and sexual exploitation, child abuse, and just to mention a few. Based on record from National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, records child trafficking in Nigeria as a high-level crisis with over 14,000 cases. Wow, that's much, too much. 14,000 cases of human trafficking, an estimated 750,000 to 1 million persons are trafficked annually in Nigeria, with children and women being our primary victims. About 75% of trafficking is internal, that's interstate. 26% within state, and 2% external. It cannot be two. All right. Thank you for joining me today on Women of Influence on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. I am Kemisola Williams. This is where I always encourage women, in as much you have the capacity to understand information. You can process information. In short, let it start from the primary level. Please ensure you call every female being around you, in as much they are human being, someone that has a value, that has a purpose. You have a destination, and you're building yourself. I want us to sit together. Once it's Thursday, 3 p.m. here on Wells Radio 89.3 FM is a woman word, where we talk real life, what is happening in our own world. Most time you hear that women are vulnerable, they are victim of most issues that happen in the society, home, offices, talk of whatsoever the issue is. And that is why you just have to be informed. And that is why Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your number one family radio, we always ensure that you know your right, then you're secured and you can make a very proper decision. And you don't know about something, we are here to ensure that we put you in place. We bring women of influence who they are still crossing their T's, they are building their own world, building foundation. And as they are planning, or as they are aiming high, they are pulling people high. And that is, they're pulling people up. And that is why we make it a date every Wednesday to ensure that we bring these exceptional women here to come tell you who they are, how they were able to climb to the key that they are, and to help us as well. Ẹni pé fínì fìtì mi yẹn pọ̀, ẹ má bínú. Àmọ́ wípé lórí ètò àwa obìnrin, women of influence ń bí a máa ń gbogbo wa, àti ẹni tó jẹ́ pé òyìnbó la yàn láàyò, àti ẹni tó jẹ́ wípé yorùbá la yàn láàyò náà ni a máa gbé along pé ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ó ṣe mọ̀ pé in the society, kò tẹ́ ń ṣe pé maybe at this part of the world, in most places, ẹ rí pé obìnrin somehow we are at the receiving end. So ká lè mọ̀ wípé pẹ̀lú gbogbo issues tá à ń go through wọn yẹn, pẹ̀lú bí word ṣe fẹ́ design obìnrin pé this is who you are, but we are strong, yes, and we are achievers. Àwọn kan náà wọ́n ń dókè, wọ́n dẹ̀ ń fa àwọn kan náà sókè. Nǹkan tí a máa ń ṣe, nǹkan tí a máa ń ṣe lórí women of influence ní every Thursday ní Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Orúkọ tèmi ni Kẹ́misọ́lá Williams. Mo dẹ̀ sọ àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan ní èdè òyìnbó tẹ́lẹ̀ wípé ọ̀rọ̀ child trafficking yìí ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó yẹ pé ó ti mú wá ní ó mú wá lómi ọkàn. It's a huge problem. Tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ wípé a dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé a ní àwọn àjọ NAPTIP tó jẹ́ wípé àwọn náà gbógun ti ọ̀rọ̀ child trafficking. Àwọn NGOs náà, they are really doing well, helping to rescue. Nǹkan tá a kàn ní ìdá ti ṣe ni pé let's speak out. Tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ wípé that's still the major issue that I feel is still one of the major problem in Nigeria for now, because we are always ready, even governments, NGOs, they are ready to ensure that everybody, you're putting your hands on deck. Ní ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì tó kọjá, we discussed about parenting, and I have my guest on the show. We discussed a lot, and I could remember she keeps emphasizing that you should know yourself and know the purpose of your own self and the purpose of the child or the children that God has given to you. And this helps you to be able to define them until they are able to come into that space, that capacity whereby they too, they can divine themselves. So today, I'll just do a little recap on that. And from there, we move to child trafficking. I'm going to dig into it and discuss it, because allegedly, we have information that these people even come in a subtle way, like they're coming to help. Allegedly, wípé wọ́n tún lọ sílé ìjọsìn gan tí wọ́n á lọ bá wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ pásítọ̀ àfáà wa kíní kan pé a fẹ́ ràn àwọn ọmọ lọ́wọ́, ẹ mọ̀ innocent mind tí wọ́n náà, they don't know what is going on, and they feel like ẹ mọ̀ ó ti pẹ́ tọ́mátì lè sọ pé ẹ̀yìn kan lọ sí ìlú òyìnbó báyìí as if pé ìjọba ọ̀rẹ́ ni. There's a way we just view it, though I will say some people ignorantly, they don't know. but they just want to go. Everybody, what that we can't shift in Nigeria. You know, everybody, you know what it is. When you hear it, your mind, your spirit, your body, your soul, everything is just up. And it's just like selling a greener pasture to you. And Koseno to Bagbono to fail. But we've seen that is now a tentacle for abuse, for child trafficking, you know, for a lot of things that are happening now. And that is why today we will dig deep into that issue. And I don't mind. You want to talk about it, you can call. Unless maybe you're a victim or maybe you know someone. I have an NGO. I mean, I have an expert here. You know, one of the NGOs that they are really chasing after all these traffickers. I mean, they're trying to just ensure that they reduce the rate and to even to eradicate, you know, this issue as much as God gives the opportunity. All right, we do this and more by the time we resume from this short musical break. Don't forget, this is Women of Influence on Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Welcome back here on to, okay, I'm really sorry. I got not that. I just have to continue because of the time. I'm sorry. I won't be able to make any break for now. All right. Okay, let me quickly introduce my guest. My guest today is Mrs. Victoria Adeayo, a public health advocate, trauma-informed coach, minister, broadcaster. Mrs. Victoria Adeayo is also a faith-based trauma-informed coach. Okay, I think I've said that. Gospel, she's into gospel and a lot, you know. And she addresses issues of safety, psychosocial, and well-being, peer influence, and systemic risk affecting young people. Thank you for making it. You know, it's not easy to have Mrs. Victoria Adeayo in the studio.
Thank you for having me again.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, ma. You know, I keep checking, I keep calling, though today, and you know, she just ensure that I will make time to ensure that we educate people and we'll be able to set some people free out of these shackles, you know, these evil that is being designed, and they give it to us like a gift. And before you know, you just see yourself in a box. And most of them are still there that they're unable, you couldn't rescue them. But as much as God is giving help, Nigerian government is working on it. And Mrs. Victoria Adeayo too, she's part of the huge and God-given gift that we have, and they're saving as many children, not even the girl child alone out there. So let's start with the definition. Asoni èdè òyìnbó. Ẹ má bínú, after bá ṣe lè gbé náà, a máa gbé bẹ́ẹ̀. Yes, we start and a máa ensure, because mo rí wípé nsìn ọ̀rọ̀ tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa pé child trafficking, bí mo dẹ̀ ṣe ṣàlàyé tẹ́lẹ̀ pé wọ́n máa present ẹ̀ bí a life saving opportunity. But nǹkan tẹ́ pé tó bá ti wọ̀ ọ́ báyìí, àbí wíwà tán bá dé kó má golo ni. So we divine it in Yoruba and in English as well. Let's start with the English.
And you're going to try and do it with Yoruba yourself.
Okay.
When I say it in English, you be my interpreter today. Okay, all right. So it's good to be back. And since you spoke to me about the whole child trafficking thing, my mind has been, thank you, my mind has been racing. Because child trafficking is not only the dramatic kidnapping things that we hear, or something, or they went into schools and they took like 10 children. It's beyond that now. It's beyond just the outright kidnapping. Child trafficking, it happens through deception, misuse of trust, exploitation, and exploitation of poverty, to be precise. So somebody comes to you, like you explained earlier, somebody goes to church and say, oh, we're an NGO, we want to help people, want to help children, send them to school, and then they're taking the children away from your house. And then the moment the child is out of your house, you've lost access, you've lost control over that child, and you don't know what's happening to the child anymore. It's as subtle as that. Child trafficking happens. we go beyond that and say, okay, international borders. We say people say there are job opportunities outside, and then they take young girls outside. I sent you a video today. I'm not sure if you had watched it, but okay, when I watched it, I cringed and I was like, I'm going on video today and I'm seeing this. It was like one of the first things I saw this morning. BBC Kuwait was doing investigative journalism, coded. And so they didn't know they were carrying body cameras, and they began to follow up on children that were being sold into slavery, African children in Kuwait. They say it's domestic help. The child is working in one family as domestic help, and the family, the woman in charge of that house, is contacting. There's a website. I won't call the name of the website. There's a website where people are being sold into slavery. We're in 2026. And the couple didn't know that they were being investigated because they were wearing body cameras. What did they tell that child? What did they tell the mother of that child? An African girl, 16-year-old from Guinea. Where is Guinea? Where's Nigeria? How many of our girls have left the shores of this nation under the guise of, greener pastures, like you said, school, job opportunities, you send money back home. But what is really been happening, what's really happening to them, you don't know. They have been sold into slavery. What is slavery? You don't have control over yourself. You don't have control over your movement, over your feeding. There's no freedom of movement or speech. That is slavery. And it's happening 2026. But many people don't know. It's just the facade, the hype of greener pastures, of I'm going out of the country. But like I always say, the more I listen to things happening outside the country, the more I want to stay at home. And so àwọn òbí ò mọ̀. Wọ́n kàn sọ pé ìyà ń jẹ wọ́n bí o, kò sí school, but we have free education.
Yes.
Kò sí school, kò sóúnjẹ, but ẹ bá ra gàrí, ẹ sì lè jẹun. But social media ti fi hàn wá pé ayé kan wà tó dájú ti ta ní lọ, so everybody fẹ́ jápa. But mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́hùn, àwọn ọmọ yóò lè jẹun, àwọn ọmọ yìí wọ́n ti tà wọ́n sẹ́wọ̀n. What's slavery in
Okweru?
Thank you, that's what Eru. They become slaves. Free children here, all in the name of what to eat, what to drink, what to wear. Because that's the bottom line. And the Bible says, give no thought for what you eat, what you drink, what you wear. But the same thing, what we drink, what we eat, what we wear, is the reason that we are sending children, especially the girls, into slavery. And then you don't even know, and then you say, and the child has been gone for 10 years. No, bore. How? The passport has been seized.
The phone has been
seized. Phone has been seized in the name of, they have to pay back the money they used to send them away. Then they're in a situation where, even if you knew as a parent, you'll be crying. And we said last time I came here that parenting is stewardship. Parenting is responsibility. It is not the responsibility of the child to take care of the parents. It's not our it is us parents that are responsible for feeding, clothing, taking care of those children, not the other way around. So sending our children into, I've been looking at the work that NAPTIP has been doing. I've been looking at the news reports on what NAPTIP has been. I have it somewhere here. I saw that this year alone, number one, NAPTIP blames poverty, ignorance for human trafficking in Nigeria. That in January, it secures 93 convictions, rescues 120 children in 2025 within Nigeria. That's the one they still know. What about the ones we don't know? What about the ones that will come and work with me? I will take care of you. We see it on social media. Come and work with me, I'll take care of you. And then the moment the child comes out, you've turned the child into a slave. Your children are wearing good clothes, but you, the so-called family member, extended family member you brought into your house, is suffering. You know, I saw another one, 23 Nigerian youths trafficked to Thailand that were brought back.
Yeah.
So if in Ghana, last year, remember, in Ghana, a trafficker was sentenced to 10 years for trafficking. do we blame? Sometimes it's just who do we hold responsible for child trafficking? The parents, the trafficker,
society,
or the society, or the child? I'll remove the child. I'll remove the child for now.
Before you dive into that, let's do the Yoruba.
Go ahead.
We are doing this together. All right. Fún ẹ̀yin tó jẹ́ wípé ẹ ṣe darapọ̀ mọ́ wa àbí ẹ̀yin tó jẹ́ wípé ẹ ń gbọ́ bí wọ́n ṣe sọ ní èdè òyìnbó à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa child trafficking. Mo mọ̀ pé common word nìyẹn.
Yes.
That is very common in the society,
Yes.
as you understand. So ọ̀rọ̀ child trafficking yìí a dẹ̀ ti sọ wípé a rí wípé allegedly that àwọn child traffickers wọ́n máa wá bóyá sí ilé ìjọsìn allegedly please bóyá ilé ìjọsìn àbí bóyá àwùjọ àwọn èèyàn míì gan ẹ̀yin ó lè jẹ́ NGO míì gan.
Yes.
ṣe pé wọ́n máa paint ẹ̀ wípé àwọn ọmọ tá à ń kó lọ yìí o a fẹ́ lọ ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ a fẹ́ tún ayé wọn ṣe a fẹ́ wọ́n máa gbé box yẹn nǹkan tó jẹ́ wípé very dirty what's it called thought or maybe plan wọ́n máa fi sínú box rẹ pé tẹ bá rí is more beautiful ẹ accept ẹ pé ọmọ mi lélẹ̀ mi ever rò láyé mi pé ìran wa kọ̀ọ̀kan pé ó máa travel abroad and ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ti wá lé débi wípé wọ́n lè promise pé okay UK náà kó àwọn ọmọ yìí lọ nígbà táwọn bá máa land ọ̀tọ̀ níbomi ẹlòmíì gan bóyá ẹ̀yìn Nàìjíríà bí lẹ́kùn ló máa wà so nígbà tán bá wá débi bẹ̀ ẹ wá rí wípé nǹkan tí ẹ lè tó yẹ pé ẹ lè jẹ́ kí ọmọ yín experience nígbà tó wà lọ́dọ̀ yín kò sí bí poverty yẹn ṣe lè le tó pé kí parents yẹn má ní tó ọmọ yín ò lè ever experience ẹ̀ tó bá wà níbi bí pẹ̀lú yín but tó má ti wá dé ọ̀hún ìgbà tí I engaged the director of NAPTIP Oyo State and he gave me some circumstances and he narrated a story. He did not mention him.
Oh, he can't.
He did not. But he just narrated a little story and he said, ó dàbí pé bí akọ ló kọ́kọ́ lọ trafficked. In short, kò tí ẹ ń ṣe child trafficking ní gan ló wá ń ṣe lẹ́sìn àgbàlagbà náà tí wọ́n ń traffic. Just because you see that they will paint this picture of pé greener pasture one become forgetting that greener pasture some people are wetting it to make it green. So ẹni yẹn ṣáà rí escape kó tó di wípé ọkọ padà wá sí Nàìjíríà the same set of people wọ́n ti rí ìyàwó náà mú ìyàwó wọ́n ti gbé òun náà now the husband ìyẹn tó jẹ́ ọkọ ó ń bẹ̀bẹ̀ as at that time pé please help me out bí a ó tẹ̀ ṣe wà ń bẹ̀ ni àbó ti wà ó ṣáà ní a means of connecting with him and he did a great job seriously but I don't know maybe wọ́n ti dé àbí bóyá ó ṣì wà lọ the wife too
was taking over
nígbà tí wọ́n máa trace ìyàwó ibi tó ń gan wà she was blaming herself ẹmọ kéèyàn máa lament pé iṣẹ́ mi gan tí mo tẹ̀ ń ṣe ń bí that I'm shouting I feel like that's the end of the world like I'm in poverty pé kóun gan ti mọ̀ kóun ti rọra jókòó kẹ́ tó mọ̀ ọkọ wà ń bò mí suffering ìyàwó wà ń bí kan in a slave trade it's now the 21st century
slave
trade now.
Yes.
So it's not if you're waiting that maybe àwọn kan máa wá gbé ìbọn wá gbogbo or maybe àwọn kan máa sọ pé ship wọ́n máa kó àwọn èèyàn no.
Slave trade never ended.
It does it. It's just metamorphosing. Ó kàn move from one stage to another. It was a time làwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ nípa visa lottery that it was not what it ought to be. But I think a lot of adjustments, a lot of things, government took it up and they were able to just, nosedive it to the minimum. It's not a means of trafficking now again. But what's what that one-on-one now? That will come paint. My wife painting nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Nǹkan bele. So a lot of things are happening. So ẹ̀yin òbí nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ ni wípé ẹ má jẹ́ kí anybody wá sweet talking. Ipe there's one greener pasture pé àmọ́ ọmọ yín lọ síbi kan 90% of àwọn ọmọ I read about this I sat with it it's just that we can't say a lot a kàn wá fẹ́ educate yín ni but if we are to picking stories and ní kúrò níbí yìí So Kemo Wipe is a very huge matter. Whatsoever, in please be contented with it. If you cannot single-handedly sponsor your child or a very glaring opportunity for your child to move away from where you are, even if it is within the same state, not to talk of sending the child abroad. And one more SS3. They don't have SSC certificates yet. Or then be one abroad, giving them job. You know, one song sing. My guest says something that we have some set of people to look out. Should we blame Awobi? Shawobi ni ikani atnikama blame. Abi society, abi trafficker. So she's about to explain that in English and here to ensure that story is a serious one and we cannot just
it's a tough question to answer. Because sometimes some parents' hands are actually tied. But I also don't think your hands can be tied to the point that you can't take care of your children. If you can't take care of your children, then who do you want to take care of? As a counselor, there are a couple of people I've spoken with, and I've heard that there's one of my clients recently who has who had deep-seated trauma issues because when her dad died, her mom had to take her and her sister to stay with neighbors and people, and that was the best way the mother could handle it. But the kind of exposure, the kind of thing that child went through affected her up until adulthood. It took counseling and therapy to help her get over it. So can I blame the parents 100%? No. Maybe not. But I'm saying if you can't take care of your child, especially your girl child, which you know is an endangered species.
Yes.
How, in fact, even the boys now are also endangered with all the nonsense that we're seeing in society. If you can't take care of your children, who do you want to take care of? I remember when I was going through a very rough patch in my life, somebody volunteered that, in fact, two people at different points said, I should bring my children over. I said, never. Like, yeah.
More nothing considered me, so. There are situations that comes up like that. I lost my mom when I was still a baby. I saw a picture. I recognized my mom through the pictures. But, we were with a mom twin sister who really took care of us for some time. So when I was 6 years, my daddy brought us to his own place in Akure. And, my daddy was, so sorry for cutting in. So my daddy, when you're a pastor in some church, you have to get married, you marry, we're like, easy. My dad said, Toba je gari, in short, titi mo fi dagba. My dad said that repeatedly. See, Jackie Monkoton share. Let me know. Okay, okay. Bawa okay for 5 minutes for my dad to know that in conscious or mommy.
That's a very emotionally available and present father.
So, you want to auntie kon bikon, or somebody is telling you about a greener pasture somewhere. It's not what should be considered.
Yeah. So I remember that I said it's not possible. Even like your dad said, even if it's Gary that I'll be drinking with my 3 children, I will drink it with them as long as I'm seeing them. That's why I also didn't send any of my kids to boarding school. I want to be seeing my kids. I want to be seeing what's happening. And then even as a parent who has your child at home, you also need to pay attention because you can become so busy and you're not able to pay attention and things are happening even in your house. So even while I was in my father's house, because I grew up with my dad alone, there were things happening in my house that my father didn't know. I have 2 marks on my face that look like Chabaya marks, but they are not. Somebody scratched my face. And they're still there, and I'm like, someone said, me o collar. Trafficking happened inside my house. Domestic child abuse happened inside my house. And my father didn't know. The day he found out, hell broke loose. So, can I really blame the parents 100%? Maybe not. But if it's Gary you are going to drink with your child, please drink it.
But let those children be in front of you. That's why that's some mothers I see on the street. Don't taboli, don't ta kinilona, but their children are there with them. I give them kudos. Keep your child with you. Tomorrow, those children will say, "Mommy, Milo, Tommy Dagba, Konsarata." That's the kind of things we want to hear. Then society, I will blame society as well, because we have also created a false reality that if you don't have the latest car, if you don't drive this kind of stuff, you don't wear this kind of clothes, if you don't. I was teaching a child a diploma student recently, and I'll say media is there to program, and that's what society does. Society programs us. So if I don't wear a certain kind of soap, if I don't use a certain kind of soap, I don't wear a certain kind of dress, I don't belong.
You're not trained.
You're not trained in.
You know, something happened. I had one short story that maybe a teacher asked a little child that who is a good father, and she described a good father to be a father that takes the children from home with a car. You know, that kind of child is open to luxury.
Yes,
already. Very little child. Okay, we just say, okay, at least your dad showed you love. That's why. So give a definition of a bad father. She said a bad father is a father who has no car. You could not afford to. I was shocked. Like, really? Is that the teacher was like, she did not even know where to start.
Because the foundation is already faulty.
You know, when people, for a little child who can discriminate, knows that, okay, this person is wealthy, and this is the definition of someone not being wealthy. It's a
society. There was a time we used to say it takes a village to raise a child. Village should not raise my child. I want to raise my child because I can't vouch for the village that wants to raise my child. Yeah. I can't vouch for the society that wants to raise my child anymore, because people with different ideologies, the child who heard that a good father is the one who takes a car to school, somebody taught that child that. So that child meets my child in school. I have a car, yes. My children walk to school. It's deliberate. So you feel like you're a bad person. No. Your value, your personality is not determined by what you have. It's by who you are, your values. And it's sad to hear a child think that. Now, that kind of child, if that child is not corrected, God forbid that child becomes a victim of child trafficking. Because
yes, now why is it like?
So we have girls that I cannot marry a guy who does not have a car. I cannot marry a guy who cannot give me 1 million. Does your father have $1 million naira? We need to tell ourselves the hard truths, because we are raising a society where the enemy, because that's what I see it as, where the enemy exploits poverty, one, but also exploits greed and discontentment. So your parents are taking care of you at home, but you want an iPhone. You now follow a man. They now traffic you. Can I blame your parents? I will blame you. I will blame society.
All right. Thank you so much. For people that just joined the show, this is Women of Influence on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio, your number one family radio. And we are talking about issues with family now. We notice that to an extent, our parents are not at fault. They want something better. However, we are here to inform parents that please make the right decision. Don't let the situation you're going through to make decisions for you, especially when it comes to your children. I
will help you when I can, don't worry.
All right, okay. Thank you so much, Ma. All right, before we dive into that, my guest today is Mrs. Victoria Adiayo, a public health advocate, trauma-informed coach, a minister, and also a broadcaster as well. So, nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ ní èdè òyìnbó ni wípé kó tó di pé wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ̀rọ̀ mo ní wípé wọ́n ní àwọn 3 set of, okay, even marrying set of people ni wọ́n enhance this child trafficking. Even adult trafficking. Nsìn gan with what is happening now. Wípé àwọn traffickers fúnra wọn, the car gone. Then the society, àwọn àdúgbò ilé ìlú social media gbogbo nǹkan báyẹn. Then number 2 òbí ọmọ àti ọmọ, àmọ́ anybody ò lè blame ọmọ. So ó wá ó sún sọ́dọ̀ àwọn òbí wípé òbí tí wọ́n wá bá wípé a fẹ́ gbọ́mọ yín lọ lú òyìnbó, tó jẹ́ wípé most of them ẹ̀yin Nàìjíríà bí yìí náà ló dà pé wọ́n
inú Nàìjíríà gan èmi bóyá Anambra lọ ti lọ bóyá Benue bóyá Ogun State but ó ṣáà ti lọ kúrò nílé
ó ṣáà ti kúrò lákàtà yín. So wípé ìgbà míì poverty máa ń fà á, àmọ́ à ń rọ̀ ní wípé ẹ má jẹ́ kí poverty jẹ́ kẹ́ máa lé ọmọ yín síta in the name of pé every greener pasture kan, kí pé wọ́n ní kò tí ó ní ìwọ̀n tí ó yẹ kí ọmọ dé kẹ́ tó lè sọ pé kọ́mọ máa mú wá. Even there is something I got from someone that even tọmọgọ bá jáde school tó parí NYSC ìyẹn mi pọmọ yẹn ti wà buoyant enough àti máa mú wálé, ẹ jẹ́ kó padà wálé. ṣẹ́rí ẹlòmíì bọ́lọ̀ ń ṣe tiẹ̀ ni pé ó lè jẹ́bi teaching job yẹn láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ before kẹ́ tó mọ̀ tó bá ti wá ní fìtà rẹ̀ ìgbà yẹn lè wá sọ wípé tí eku bá tọmọ ó ní one òwe kan tí wọ́n máa ń pa báyẹn tí nílẹ̀ Yorùbá pé tí eku bá dàgbà ọmọ ẹ̀ ló ń mu. there's an adage like that. So kó tó di pé ó da ìgbà yẹn ẹ jẹ́ kí a rí wípé àwọn ọmọ yẹn can grow within your own presence.
Yes.
mo mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣọmọ mi.
Yes.
So that ṣe rí gbogbo nǹkan tó ń narrate tó ń paint yìí then wọ́n tún ní pé wọ́n blame society kó tó di pé wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn traffickers kẹ́ lè mọ the depth of the wickedness tí wọ́n sọ wípé the society ó ti social media included ó ti paint a kind of world ń pé tẹ̀ bá ti ní nǹkan bélebéle yìí Ọlọ́run kọ́ ló dá yín o àmọ́ ibi tí àwọn àtà ti ṣàn wá bí ẹ̀mọ́rún kan báyẹn pé ó ti níkà kan téèyàn ṣe ń bì kan bí àwọn baba ńlá no that's not true. So pé kí social media pé tẹ́ bá ti wọ chain ẹ bá ti wọ àwọn ẹmọ oríṣiríṣi product wọ̀nyẹn tẹ́ bá ti wọ nǹkan tó ń trend tó ṣe ń ṣe ìgbà kan ṣe làbúbú kìnnìkan bó ṣe rush wá náà délé
bó ṣe jáde padà
and a lot of people are victim of that thing. You know, I can't imagine pé within this short time kò tó pé a month.
It wasn't
and some destinies were
yes, people were like 2 million 200,000 what is wrong?
Imagine
what exactly is the color of our challenge? Let me not say it's a problem. What's the color of our challenge in Nigeria? And you see, the Europeans know that Africans, the black person, is a status thing. You see, slavery has not even left our mindset. It's almost like it's in our DNA. And so slavery has metamorphosed into different things. If you don't have this thing, then you're not happy. Whatever the big companies create, why are we saying we're looking for greener pastures? Really? What's the essence? What's the definition of greener pastures?
You know, as in greener pastures, you take pay easy. Cause stress, you know, like all these Gen Zs now. when you ask them, what are you bringing to the table? I'm bringing myself. I'm like,
what is yourself really? What's the value of yourself?
Of yourself. Yeah. Have you valued yourself? You know,
we're laughing about it, but really, destinies are being messed up. Some mothers and fathers will never see their children ever again. They don't even know where their children are. All in the name of greener pastures. Some children are even running away from the house because they want greener pastures, because they want to be like their friends, because they want to be like what they see on social media. But we forget that every community, every nation, every people have their own ghettos. Have their own slums. But what we do on social media, we show our best sides. We don't show the terrible sides on social media. So that country that you are going to, greener pastures, that you want to run away to, that you are letting your child go to in the name of things will be better, who says it will be better? Have you forgotten that there are slums in that country? There are drug addicts in that country. There are the homeless in that country. Ṣebí your child is here with you. Tó bá sọ pé àwọn kọ́ ẹjọ́ dẹ̀ sáré fún mi ní 2K, kọ́mọ yìí jẹun. By the time you ask 5 people,
10,000.
you will get money, even if it's not the whole 10,000. You will get something that you can feed your child. Someone will respond. Even if you say, go to your place of worship and say, can you come over? I want to start a business. Charity. Somebody will answer you. See, I am of the opinion that if you cannot help me while my child is with me, keep your help.
Yes. You don't need to take my
you have to take my child away. That's another. Then this one of when the child is finishing NYSC and you say Komalo to Dagba. Why are we so in a hurry to chase the child away? It is not the child's responsibility. It is not the child's responsibility to take care of the parent as a don. If you've done your job well as a parent, when that child has a kind heart, you put the right values in the child. When that child grows up, mommy me egba, daddy me egba. It is because you are not sure of what you have done, and then you yourself. I'm going to sound very, very wicked. You yourself, the adult, the parent, what systems are you putting in place for your own wealth when you grow old? Must your child be your meal ticket? A Dangote, for instance, does he need his children's money when he grows up?
You pay me for the product.
Sorry, Kamila.
Right.
These big names we have outside that are multi-billionaires, let's say, they're not up to multi-billionaires yet. There are certain families I know. They don't. The Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children.
Yes.
The day I read that scripture, I said, good man. That's the Bible's definition of a good man. Okay. But we are saying, mommy, my child should take care of me. But our own book, Holy Book, says a good man leaves an inheritance, not just for his own children, but it's for his grandchildren. So what are you putting in place? What are the systems you are putting in place? Child trafficking is happening because somebody is also not putting systems in place. Yes. It mustn't have to be ₦1 billion.
Yes.
It mustn't have to be millions. What system are you putting in place? That house you lived on, sir. There was a time every family in this country had houses in the village. But we all came to the city. Then we destroyed our own structure of sustainability. Now we are subject to child trafficking.
All right, Muni.
Go ahead. I will help you.
Mrs. Victoria Adeayo. So, one sort of system will in place that it is wrong. Ki o je wípé ki obi wa dúró lórí mo fẹ́ jẹ wọ́n mọ́ yẹn, and you are not setting set a platform to je wípé ó lè jẹ́ kó easy fún ọmọ yẹn
láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ láyé tiẹ̀.
Ṣé mo a máa ń ro débi kan bírò òwe tí mo ní mo pa ẹ tó pé yẹn it is well is good. Yes, tọmọ náà tó bá tọwọ́ ẹ̀ bá ti dókè náà you must. You will
definitely
take care of your children. I mean your parents.
You will definitely. You can your parents.
But kó tó di wípé àwọn òbí máa wá kó tó di pé ọmọ lè ní agbára yẹn. Kí lẹ ti fi sílẹ̀ in place? Are we not eating? Ṣé kí n pa àwa náà jẹ future ọmọ wa mọ́ ayé wa? Then nígbà tí àwọn yẹn wá rí wípé àwọn tó jẹ́ pé traffickers mo fẹ́ kẹ́ sọ àwọn ọ̀nà tí àwọn èèyàn yìí fi máa ń wá in a software different methods tí wọ́n ń lò as an expert in that area. So mo mọ̀ pé tí máa ní different experiences. Church wa náà wá sí o, mosque wa náà wá sí o, ọ̀rẹ́ mi kan ló sọ mọ̀ nǹkan bẹ́lẹ̀ mọ̀ oríṣiríṣi nǹkan tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n fi convince àwọn èèyàn pé èmi gangan lọ́lọ́run rán sí ẹ olórí tó ti ń pray aláàánú tó ń gbàdúrà yẹn èmi gangan ni. You know, they come in different with different
schemes and different methods. One of the methods I see very clearly is come, let's go somewhere. There's work. I was with a couple of people. I was watching a video where the girl said, they asked the girl, why are you here? And the girl said, it's my friend. This is my friend that says, come, there is work. And as you are working, you can be helping your mommy. And so the girl is like, okay, I want to help my mommy. And she followed them to a neighboring community. And that was it. It had been 6 months or so. How many years since she went back home? They told her that the money they used for transport on her, She has to pay it back. Okay, you took her almost 6 months or so ago. She could use motor to.
Within Nigeria.
Almost you 13 in Kokonlaya. And then you put her in a brothel and she becomes a sex worker. And there are many like that. So come, let's work. There's work. Come, you help your mommy. Because they know that poverty is a problem. They know that poverty is a challenge. And so everybody's taking advantage of that. Or okay, there is work. Agents. And travel agents. And there is work in this country. You don't need to pay us. Work all your papers out. And then you mean I don't have to pay anything?
See the heavens.
See the heaven. I'm telling you, God is good. God is faithful. And then you go.
And it becomes a nightmare.
If there was a word worse than nightmare, they then take your passport.
The phone.
They take your phone. And then that is it. You become a slave. Totally. Whatever the person wants you to do, you do.
I heard this. I don't know if that is really true. That there are some countries that when they get there, they have maybe the government, I don't know, allegedly, that they have the right to do with the slave, someone you brought in as much is not a citizen of that country. To decide maybe the person will be free.
Some governments even just turn their heads away and no come. Like when I was telling you about that, I saw the video. It's on Instagram. I started sent you the link today. I saw it there. The government of that nation said no comment.
So if such a victim goes to ask for help, you feel you now entered into the police station.
One chance.
You're just
better go to your country's embassy and pray that your country's embassy has enough kind-hearted people.
So it's a very huge problem.
It's a very huge problem, and I think this problem will continue. This problem will continue until. This one will continue as long as we have wicked and unreasonable men whose hearts have been sold to the devil. We that's one. The fact that people can just get up in the morning and then go to a certain community and kidnap girls, it just tells you the state of the heart of people. And then we back these things up by religion, by culture, by certain things. Until certain things are put in place, child trafficking will continue.
Right.
But for it to be reduced is where I have the passion of talking to the parents and the children. The children who are old enough to make decisions. As we were saying earlier, that greed cannot be the reason why you want things. You must be content with what your parents can give you and go and work. Something I told myself years ago, that you don't hear that birds collided in the sky. You've never seen that a bird fell down. They say, he come back. It has never happened. It's the same way on this earth. Everybody's portion is there. I don't have to hurt you to make it. So go and do something. Be content what your parents can give you. Parents, be aware, these children are your responsibility. Till God answers. There's a video that we saw on TikTok recently of a boy, I'm not sure what state he was in, but it's a southwestern state, Yoruba boy, who he was carrying, what's the name on his head? He was picking plastics just so he could make money, so he could buy the instrument he needs for his business. He has finished learning tiling work since. He just needed a particular machine and money so he could do his freedom. And he has been picking bottles for years until God sent the help. If that can happen to that boy, it can happen to anybody. We don't have to send our children away till God answered. So we need to, parents is who I'm more concerned about. Watch over your children. That the values we are teaching them. So that even if the enemy, the wicked person comes in to say, come, let me take you. If I cannot see my child, I don't want. If child is underage, if the child is not old enough to defend himself, the child should stay with you. Tó bá ti parí NYSC, tí ó bá ti níṣẹ́ kó máa bọ̀nlé padà. Kó máa wáṣẹ́, kó máa ṣe around the house.
There will always be something.
There will always be something. You mustn't go and I told my daughter, you finish university, when you are done, if you've not found a job yet, you come back home. You're not staying somewhere and say I'm working. Badawale, I'm not complaining about feeding you.
Yeah.
I'm not going about buying clothes for you. The day it is time, God says, oh yeah, this is your own. Then you will go from there. You're not in a hurry.
All right, Eshegon. I'm so sorry. I have to, apologize that I'm unable to go on break. This is a very serious issue that, and of course, we only have 1 hour to talk about it. So I'm so sorry that I'm not going on any short break. We just want to ensure that parents are being sensitized, so that when you save a child, you save a nation, you save destinies. So in Kwati wants only we pay our be. Number 1, ipe ẹ jẹ́ kí ọmọ kó dàgbà within your surrounding, níbi tó jẹ́ pé ojú yín máa ti tó. Ipe ẹni tó bá ti lè ràn yín lọ́wọ́ tó ń request pé kẹ́ ẹ mú ọmọ wá sí ọ̀dọ̀ wọn. Bóyá tán wá ń paint àwọn nǹkan, ipe it is not within you, wọ́n mọ̀ pé ẹ̀ ní capacity ẹ̀ for now. Kò wá possible kí the whole lifespan èèyàn kéèyàn má rí opportunity. What happened is that if you did not meet up with the opportunity, you did not develop yourself, you didn't add value, because the opportunity will definitely come. Something happened to me last year. I can't forget it.
As if it pained you.
It's been
I can see.
It's just a day job. Though it's not really much, but with the situation I was last year, as at that time, I really needed it. An opportunity of 200,000 naira. By the time the person told me, come and do this, I'm paying you this, I'm like, fear just caught me. I share my own life experience so that you know that we are not, don't think that Kemisola Williams, we go look for help.
We're all looking for help at different levels. Yes.
So the only thing you do is that Emma build capacity so that when you see opportunity about to open, that's it. Torí kò sí ni, God, at a point in your life,
God has done.
There's an open door there.
Either you were careless with it, or you didn't know it was there.
It was there.
Or you're not even ready for it.
Just like in Koto Shele see me. I'm going to watch MC for you. And a
whole broadcast.
Imagine I was panting like I don't like traveling like that. Then Lagos is not a place for me. Puts me off with Lagos. Like it kind of feel just because the caliber of people that I was Timo set through. I'm like Kemisola Williams. You didn't make it
do well.
The person sent me 20,000 naira. I said thank you. But so I intentionally narrated the story so that we pay at a point. There's always a blessing for you. So please build up capacity and well-being. Anything you're doing, do it with all diligence, because it's in that line. Open opportunity. So if it is bole you are doing, do it
with pride.
Somebody will like your product. When the last time I went to Lagos, no one served bole, fish and stew. No matter bill, I'm like.
Yes,
yes, you understand? So please, we are begging, because these people, they come in different ways. Or no, they will paint it to us
even
as
you ain't gonna Emma are confused.
In short,
I'm telling you.
Not knowing that in Koto is desperately a wicked thought. So I'm imploring you, by the time is fast spent now, I will tell my guest today to just give us a word of advice, and we will wrap it up for today. But I believe something has been said and someone has been sensitized.
Yeah, I'm just going to round up. As you're saying that, a personal experience just crossed my mind, and I think it will be a disservice if I don't say it. So this will be my final words. Even when you're trying to travel out, and you say you're using an agent, please be careful. Especially when it may go through, but the documents are fake. I remember I was trying to process papers to travel with my children at some point. And this particular agent kept, collecting money, kept saying, okay, I'll do this, kept collecting. And then all of a sudden my spirit started becoming on, said like, these documents that I'm having. So I was having documents in my hand. So I picked the document and I shared them with somebody else. And they said, nope, they are fake. So I just imagined if I eventually traveled out with those documents and my children, which shouldn't I have found myself? Do you get? So we need to pay attention. Even if you say you're working with an agent, please check. Anything that seems too good to be true, please cross-check.
There's another thing that's been a crossroad in that area. ó ti japa tilẹ̀ wọ́n sọ pé ó sọ kí ló ṣe lọ sọ pé àkísọ orúkọ
wọ́n ní ká má
sọ kó má lọ bàjẹ́.
Yes.
And those people sold out those mentalities, yes, so that they will be able to get their victims easily.
Exactly.
When you are not talking,
you will be exploited.
You'll be a victim
yes.
now.
So please, let's do that. And parents, that's where my heart is really. Parents, you are the foundation of child trafficking. It can't happen without you.
Without your consent.
Without your consent. In 90% of the cases, it can't happen without your consent. So please pay attention to your children.
All right. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you, Mrs. Victoria Adeoyo. I believe to an extent, someone you've heard, please tell someone, let the chain continue. Let's save someone. Let's save a nation. Let's save a destiny. This time we wrap up the show. Join me next week. That's next Thursday. Women of Influence, 3 p.m. on Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Thank you so much, Ma.
My pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Yes, Ma. I am Kemisola Williams. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Bye.
Níbi tá ń lọ àwọn tá ń gbọ́ nú orin wọn nìyẹn ọmọ kì í dẹ̀ bá ìpele yẹ kò sí àsọdá òun náà.